Hi everybody, this is Sir Pierre, and here I have something that I hope will be a recommendation for a problem that isn't really a problem. So everyone that owns a Corvette C4 or ever had a Corvette C4 or even have test driven it knows that the water temperature goes very high on a C4 Corvette, maybe all the LT1 engines and LT4s maybe as well. And we need to learn that we don't need to be worried about that. But still it feels a bit weird when a temperature goes 108 degrees Celsius. I don't quite sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but it runs way hotter than your normal engine should do. And there is an explanation for that. The water goes the other way back, something yada yada. There are videos about that. But still, I found this product from RISLONE that I found interesting and that might help with the problem that isn't a problem. I've had in another car that I bought coolant or the whole fluent, the water that wasn't water from Koenigsegg. And I thought that was weird because how can it be coolant water without having any water in it? But with that water, coolant, the car never ran hot. It was really good. Expensive, but really good. And this here is supposed to run up to 17% Celsius, 17 degrees Celsius cooler and 41. Yeah, so it reduces and it runs better with hot coolant, yada yada yada. And the step one to get rid of that problem that isn't a problem is to drive with your air conditioner on. I never do that, but when I see the temperature going over 100 degrees Celsius, then I put on the AC and it quickly goes down under 100 again. But a normal day when it isn't even hot outside, I live in Sweden, it isn't hot here. A normal day, it runs 107, 108 degrees Celsius, and then the fan goes on. I think 108 or maybe 109. And that is, a normal car goes to maybe 85. So that is way too hot. And even when I'm on the highway, cruising, cruise control, legal speed, late night, and it still goes over 100. And that just feels really weird. So I'm gonna try this and see what it does for the coolant. It says here that my recommendation would be to do this when you have the whole coolant system empty, but I did that the last service I did, so I don't feel like doing that again. And my extra container for fluent, I always have that empty. I don't know if you should or should not, but I have that part empty because it's just something extra. And what I'm going to do here, I think, is to just overfill it. This is not even a liter. Yeah, not even a half a liter. So I'm gonna overflow the tank, and it says right here, you can add to overflow tank, but it will take 4 to 5 heating and cooling cycles to product a fully, yeah. So when I do it the way that I'm going to do it, it's gonna take some time to have it fully working. So yeah, I will let you know how it goes. I don't want to focus on the Corvette C4 or LT1 because this probably helps all cars that use coolant. But just to show you what I mean, this is the extra coolant reservoir that is usually empty. So for that reason only, I feel safe to overfill it. Here I have a great example. So I've been driving on the highway for 40 minutes, 30 minutes. It's 13 degrees Celsius outside and the engine water is 94 degrees. In a standard car that would be way too hot. You would say that the coolant is boiling at that temperature more or less. But in this car it's just normal. Here we have one example. I've been driving on the highway for like 30-40 minutes. It's 19 degrees outside and the water temp is 92 degrees. And in a normal car that would be way too hot. But in a Corvette C4 it's normal. And I think I have a good example. Today's a hot day, between 23-24 degrees. And I've been driving for a while and the temperature doesn't go over 95. It's 94, now it's 95 again. So it goes between 94 and 95. And I know that a regular day it will be over 100 degrees. Yeah, it won't go over 95. So I'm happy with that. It's still hot for a normal car, but for a Corvette C4, a day like this, it would absolutely be over 108 degrees.